Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you in lovely professional university Edu-Webinars. My name is Dalvinda Kaur and I'm your host for today's webinar. As I can see, people are still joining, so let's wait for a few more minutes so that everyone can join. Till then, let me take you all on a virtual tour of our beautiful university. So here it is. Thanks everyone for calling. So let's talk about the call response. Is this video real or AI? No, this video is absolutely real video. No AI is harmed in making this video. For the people who wants to see this video again, I'll share the link in the chat box later in 2-3 minutes. So as I can see, everyone has joined. So let's dive into today's topic, that is from campus to courtroom, building your legal career. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day. Advocate Suraj Reddy, an advocate at High Court for the state of Telangana. So now I would like to introduce the admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Sukhvinder Sen, Assistant Director, Department of Tie-ups, with over 15 plus years of experience in admissions at lovely professional university. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any question. You can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed on my side in the end of this webinar. Now I'm going to hand over the session to our expert, Advocate Suraj Reddy, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from. And I'll be joining you all as an attendee, as it's great to learn something. Over to you, Advocate Suraj Reddy.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your introduction. And I think there are people who came here for this session. Our title for the session is From Courtroom to the Classroom. So firstly, there's a perception among the law students. Even when I was a law student in LPO, I thought that law in books and law in reality is completely different. And mostly you guys in LPU, it may be a 3 years course or 5 years course, you are mostly taught the law in books, not the law in reality, because law in reality will only get from the internships which you would do for just 2 or 3 times in your 3 or 5 years courses. Let me shatter this philosophy that law in reality is different from law in books. First thing, law is not different, because every court, starting from the High Court or the Supreme Court to the lowest court, which is the magistrate court, they are all established as per the law, which is a codified law or a written law. For example, in your respective villages, in your respective districts, you will have the district courts or the magistrate courts, which are the lower level courts. How they have been established? They have been established as per the provisions of BNSS or as per the provisions of CPC. If you want to file any petition in the court, you have to follow the law. And in order to file any petition or to be a good legal profession, obviously then you have to know the law. Without knowing the bookish knowledge or without knowing the law, it would be really hard for you to survive in this legal fraternity. For example, what does Rule 36 of Bar Council of India rule says? It says that an advocate cannot advertise his legal profession. How an advocate needs to get his clients? How will he get clients? If anyone can answer, ma'am, I think the audience can answer, right? Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think the audience can answer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me check the
If
Q&A.
anyone can answer that, if an advocate cannot advertise himself, then how he should get clients, how he should get name and fame in the society?
Yeah, attendees, Gurleen Kaur, Simar, Bajaj, Vishant, Gaurav, you can
anyone-
write your queries, your questions, your responses right in the Q&A or in the chat.
Okay. Let me simplify this. When you can't advertise your profession directly, you cannot publish yourself in newspapers, you cannot publish yourself in any news channels or anywhere because you are prohibited according to the law. So, what you should do and what will come into handy? This very knowledge of books. Trust me, when you gain the complete understanding of the law when you are in student and you when directly come out of the classrooms, the way you speak in courts, the way you do research in courts, the way you handle particular cases, they will gain you the respect among seniors, among the legal fraternity, and among the judges. And when I was in LPU, Lowly Professional University, these are the very skills which I have gained and I have received from my faculty over there and from my legal competitions. Because I am an alumni of LPU and I come from Telangana, state of Telangana, and I had no idea on which way should I build my career and how to approach the legal uh, horizon. I had no idea. I came to LPU. Over there, I met some wonderful mentors. Most of the faculty in LPU, they are PhD scholars, they are PhD qualified, they are UGC net qualified. They know things. They have given judiciary exams. Most of them have given judiciary exams. Even they have guided me for the judiciary also, which I am now preparing for. When I came into LPU, the first thing I went is for the competitions because I just want to manage the academic knowledge along with the practical skills. And I have went for the national level client counseling competitions in which I have been the winner in 2 client counseling competitions, runner up in 1. I have been the runner up in the Association of Indian Universities Moot Court competition, AIU, which is one of the prestigious thing for LP also. So yeah, I have entered into this legal competitions where I have gained confidence. The first thing which I received from the legal competitions is confidence. Because when I went for the legal competitions with the support of Lowly Professional University, with the support of the DSW, I still remember Nitin sir, Krishma ma'am, how they have supported me during my AIU journey, and Neeru ma'am. They all are there, the right faculties are there. So when they have guided me, I went for the competition. I have prepared, I did research, and I have argued in front of the sitting judges of the high courts and the Supreme Courts. When I got the exposure to argue in front of a high court and Supreme Court judge or the chairman of National Human Rights Commission, when I was a student, then obviously imagine coming out of law school and going to district court and arguing in front of district judge. Because a mindset is created over there. You feel like when I was a student, I have already argued in front of a high court and Supreme Court judge. Now arguing in front of a district court judge is not a big thing. This will give you the confidence. This will make sure that you are prepared for everything. Second thing, if you see the if you see the topic for the day, the campus to courtroom, let's see there are certain skills which you need to become an advocate. because if you don't learn any skills during your student journey, student life, it would be really hard for you in the legal profession to survive for at least starting 3 to 4 years. If you have any one particular skill, it can gain you some money and it can gain you some respect in this fraternity. First thing, you need to do research. Research is the first thing which you people need to understand. How to do research, how to get the judgments, how to understand the judgments, how to understand the digest of the judgment, how to analyze it, how to use it for your own particular case, how to access SCC online, how to access Manupatra, how to access Indian Kanun, how should you download them, how should you submit it to the particular court. These things you need while you are a student. So when you are pursuing your education in LPU, you will get all these things from your faculty, because there are many people who will tell you how to do proper research. For example, there is Dr. Ramesh Kumar, is still over there. He will guide you on the aspects of research. And there are people who will guide you on how to argue in a court. There is Bhavya ma'am, she will guide you. There are people who are qualified enough to tell you how the things work in the real and practical court. Now, let's see another perspective. Courtroom doesn't mean the traditional advocate or the litigation system which you have in your mind. Courtroom are of many types. For example, in a courtroom, there's an advocate, there's a judge, there's a stenographer, there's a clerk, there's a litigant, and there are many people. But through this legal profession, we mainly aim either to be an advocate or either to be a judge. Even if you want to become a judge, the foundation of the law school is the main thing. Trust me, the skills you gain in law school, they will really help you to become a judiciary professional, proper judicial officer. You have to have the understanding about the subjects which you learn over there. You have to analyze the things, because as a judicial officer, you have to see the perspectives of both of the parties. So you have to understand how to analyze the law, how to interpret the law. These things you can gain through the moot courts. Because in moot courts, if you participate in moot courts, and we have some beautiful moot court halls with high infrastructure in LPU School of Law. I used to spend most of my time in moot courts. I used to spend most of my time in research. So you have to be in moot courts, where you will see the perspective of the petitioner and the respondent. When you analyze both of the situations clearly, then you will know how to tackle the problem. Then you will know which principle you need to apply for the particular case. Then you will know how to do the interpretation of the particular thing. These things you should remember when you are in law school. Further, let me talk about the career perspectives. Traditionally, when I was in my law school, we were told about many choices by many teachers. And some of my friends have literally went into the corporate, they became the corporate lawyers. I particularly came into the litigation, where I am currently in the litigation. And some of my friends, they have established their own business. So many of the people, they have entered into this legal profession in a diverse fields, because legal profession cannot be confiscated into one particular track. It can go into many ways. And in modern day, this legal profession is in high demand. And if you people are, I have been informed that most of you are freshers. And I'm really happy that if you have chosen this profession, then it's the right time to choose this profession, because there are many ways in which you can go. You can be an advocate in the court, you can be a judge. But see, to become an advocate, it is hard initially for 2 to 3 years because you have to need to gain your skills, you have to find your senior, and you have to gain the respect in the legal fraternity. You have to get the name, then you have to get your own clients, filing and everything. Obviously it will take 2 to 3 years to get a name for yourself in the legal professional when you enter into this litigation field. But and now there is also an obstacle. I think most of you people know there's also an obstacle created by the Honorable Supreme Court in 2025 on May 15th. They have said that now you need 3 years of litigation experience to become the judicial officer. Yes, Siddharth Banot. Hello. Yes, Siddharth. Hello, ma'am. Someone has raised their hand.
Yes, yes, Siddharth, go ahead. You can directly talk to Advocate Suraj. Yes,
I
Siddharth.
think he is from my Telugu state.
Okay.
But his name is similar to us.
It's
Hello.
Siddhartha.
Yeah.
Okay, just go ahead. Hi, Siddhartha. You can directly talk to sir, or you can write your query, your question in Q&A box as well.
Let me proceed. Hello.
Siddhartha, hi.
So yeah, no worries. Let me proceed.
Okay, yeah.
Sure. So yeah, there are many ways after your LLB or after your BLLB, BBLLB. There are many career pathways. There's not one particular way. Earlier, there used to be a trend that if anyone has completed their law, they had no other option and they just need to go into this litigation field. Modern day, it's not like that. You have plenty of options. For example, now, as I said earlier, the Supreme Court has created an obstacle of 3 years experience you need just to enter into the judicial profession. Now, how to overcome this obstacle? Because many of you may expect to become the judicial officers. You want to get into the judiciary. You want to serve for the society. You want to bring some reform into the society. Then what is the pathway? How can you bring that? And some of you may really want to earn a great government job, which will give you the salary security or job security and many other things. There are other pathways before you can become the judge. For example, one of them is CBI APP, Central Bureau of Investigation Assistant Public Prosecutor job, which is the most underrated job I know. Because CBI APP exam is conducted by UPSC, Union Public Service Commission. And as the CBI APP officer, let me tell what APP does. I think many of you people know what does CBI does. What do CBI do? They investigate into the severe offenses. They investigate some cases. After investigating, they will bring the arrested persons or the accused persons into the courts. Now, once the CBI done their investigation, they brought the accused to the court. Now, who will argue in front of the court to get the punishment for the accused? Obviously, the CBI officers, they don't have licenses to argue because they are not advocates. And obviously, now the CBI needed advocates. They hire through this examination called as CBI APP, which is conducted by UPSC. So if you are aiming for a career choice right after your degree, right after you get your degree, there is no experience required for this post. There are almost 20 to 30 posts which are released annually or twice in a year also. You can go for the examination, and if the applications are very less, they will directly call you for the interview. There is no experience required for this particular post. Next, company prosecutor. Most of you people may be interested in company law, like in corporate side. So the people who are very much interested to go into the corporate field, then the company prosecutor is one of the most interesting job to do. You will directly work under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. In the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, as a company prosecutor, you will make sure the people or the employees or employer, whoever are there in the company, if they have violated any rule of the company law, any provision of the company law, you will make sure they are prosecuted according to the law. This is the role of yours as a company prosecutor. And for this job also, you don't need any experience. Because trust me, these things really help. When you know how many paths are there for you, then you can plan accordingly while you are a student. Usually these exams take at least 1 to 2 years of preparation. So if I'm telling you now, then you can start your preparation accordingly, right? When you are in third year of your BLLB or when you are in second year of your LLB, then you can start preparing for these exams. So by the time you will complete your degree, once the notification gets out, you can directly apply and you can give the examination and you can excel in that. The other one, apart from the CBA, ABP and company prosecutor, is CLAT PG. Once you complete your graduation and you really want to work in the public service undertakings, or if you work in the mini Ratna companies, there are some government funded companies and the public service undertakings, they take the people who are meritorious in CLAT PG. If you get a good score in CLAT PG, the public service undertaking companies such as ONGC, BHEL, and there are many other companies, I don't remember exactly, they will directly take you if you get merit in the CLAT. This is one of the career option. For this also, you don't need any experience, right? And next thing, apart from this, if you don't even want to go into the PSUs, then you have another career option. If you are aiming to go into the army, have you ever thought you can go into the army after studying law? It's kind of tricky, right? But you can go into the army. If you want to go into the army, then you have to give the CLAT PG again right after the completion of your degree. Once you complete your degree, you have to give CLAT PG. And once you qualified the CLAT PG, then you can give the JAG, Judge Advocate General. After you qualify the CLAT PG, then you will directly go for the SSB interview of the army. And once you get selected in the SSB interview, you will be posted as the Judge Advocate General, which is JAG, which is a reputed post in the army, and a commissioned officer. You will be a commissioned officer. So yeah, this is the other way. But JAG is very much difficult because there will be only 3 to 4 posts, and for the general category, there will be only 2 or 3 posts, I think. And there are female reservations, ST, SC, OBC reservations, and there are other posts for the other people, handicap reservations. So yeah, JAG is very much difficult and there are less and limited posts. Apart from that, what are the other options do you have? Have you ever heard of Supreme Court Law Clerk or High Court Law Clerk? These are the exams which are conducted each and every year. These are the jobs which will be offered on ad hoc or contractual basis. Usually, the judges in High Court or Supreme Court, they need the candidates who have completed their law, the young professionals basically, the young graduates who have plenty of knowledge, who are full of enthusiasm and curiosity. The judges of High Courts and Supreme Court, they need these candidates to do research work for themselves, to prepare the briefs for the judges. They need these people. So for which the Supreme Court every year conducts the Supreme Court Law Clerk examination. And simultaneously, the state high courts also do the same. And if you really want the financial security starting, and you really want to be a judicial officer, because see, for the judicial officer, 3 years practice experience is mandatory. And one of the loophole which has been given by the Honorable Supreme Court is that if you work as a law clerk, it will be counted towards your practice experience. So right after the completion of your degree, if you apply for the exams of Supreme Court Law Clerk or the State Law Clerk, you will get paid if you get posted as a Supreme Court Law Clerk. then you will be getting paid almost a lakh per annum, 1 lakh per annum. And if you get placed as the High Court law clerk, you will get around 40 to 50,000. So it will give you the financial security in the initial days, and it will also give you the experience you need to be a judicial officer while directly coordinating with the judicial officers above you. And now I have given you these career pathways. There are n number of career pathways. You can also see online, there are many websites which shows what are the career pathways after law. There are n number of options. So law is now a field which is full of options, which is full of career options. It is not only confined to the traditional litigation or traditional advocacy, but as the law is expanding its horizons, it's growing day by day. The career options in law are also growing day by day. They need a particular skill set. The skill set is needed. And where you will gain the skill set is right where you are going to pursue your academic journey. In your law schools. In your law schools, the skill set you need for these jobs, if you are aiming for a particular job, if you are aiming for the particular career option, either you become an advocate, you need a particular type of skill set. If you are aiming for a judicial officer, you need few skills again. So and so on. So if you are aiming for the particular thing, then you have to start early. You have to start early. While you are a student, you have to focus on each and every particular thing and aspect of law. You have to be well versed with the judgments. You have to be well versed with the provisions of law. You have to follow each and every current affairs which are going around you, because for the jobs such as APO, Assistant Prosecution Officer, CBA, APP, there are current affairs which will be asked in the examination. So you know what's going around you, regional, international, everything. And I personally think that if you really want to be an academician also, after completion of your degree, if you complete your master's, LLM, and then if you do your PhD, if you complete your UGC net, then you can be an academician as well. Because there are plenty of teachers and faculties who are there to guide you, because they themselves are the people who knows how to teach, who know how this teaching profession works and all. So they are there to guide you. So from campus to courtroom, the skills which you carry from the campus will finally help you in the courtroom. This is what the main theme of the session. This is why I have advised the moderator that I really want to speak on this topic. Now, from this session, I particularly think that I have given you the understanding how these skills work in the courtroom and how you should gain them when you are in campus. By this, I think I will conclude my version and conclude whatever is there to speak. And if anyone wants to ask any question, then I'm ready to take questions, because it's raining and I think you guys can hear rain sound. Hello.
Yes. So thank you so much, Advocate Suraj Reddy. It was a wonderful session, and I would like to invite our admission nominee, Mr. Sukhvinder Singh, to be on the screen. Over to you, Mr. Sukhvinder Singh. You're not audible. Can you please unmute yourself first?
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much, ma'am, and good evening to everyone those are present here. Thank you so much. So just give me a second to share my screen. Hope it is visible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's visible. You can continue.
Thank you. So today I've been given an opportunity to discuss the career opportunities that we are offering in Lovely Professional University, that how we can pursue our career in LPU. Right. So we'll discuss different pathways, and we'll discuss that how you can select a university. Let's suppose you are going to any college, any institution, or any university. There are certain set parameters that you have to be on, and you can ask whenever you are going to that particular university or college or institution, right? So what are the factors that affects a university, or we can say whenever you are going to any college, any institution, or any university, you should ask these parameters about. Like the first one would be accreditation and approvals of that particular university. Like today, we are having our webinar on the law, right? So for law, what sort of approval a college or university should require, we'll discuss it later on, that you people should aware of, and you can ask that particular university or college, right? Placement, industry interaction, ranking and awards, study abroad, curriculum, extracurricular diversity, exposure, infrastructure, scholarship, and campus. So you can note it down, you can make a note of that, and you have to ask these parameters, that whether that university is good or not in all these set of parameters. Second one, yeah, accreditation and approvals. If I talk about our university, we are NAC A++. National Assessment and Accreditation Council gave us 3.68 score on the scale of 4. We are number 1 amongst all the private universities of India with this score, NAC grade A++. And yes, to run a university, every university should be recognized from University Grant Commission, and we are recognized with credit account. Other approvals and accreditation that we are having, obviously the NAC we have already discussed, ACBSP for the MBA program, ITAR for the law, for the agriculture, and we are having approvals of UGC, we already discussed, UGC DEB for distance education, NCTE to run a pharmacy courses, we are having approval of PCI. To run an architecture course, we are having approval of COA, Council of Architecture, and yes, obviously for law, Bar Council of India's approval is must to run any law course like BLLB, BBLLB, or LLB. So we are having the approval of Bar Council of India to run the courses in our campus. So yes, if you're talking about the placements, so these are few of the placement accolades that our university is having: 2,100 plus recruiters, 5,500 plus offers from Fortune 500 companies, 350 plus recruiters from IITs, IIMs, NITs. We also hired. And few of the star placements on the package of 1 crore, on the package of 50 lakh, 49.5 lakh, 48 lakh. So these are the star placement that we are having. Few of the companies where students are working in the package of more than 1 crore. You name the company, you name the country, we are having our students over there working in all the big companies. I talk about the ranking and awards of LPU. We have been ranked 31st, 13th in pharmacy, 17th in agriculture, 24th in architecture and planning, different rankings. And I'll share the updated ranking with you also. Yeah. So whenever you're going to any university, apart from the curriculum, apart from the classes, what sort of other opportunities a university is offering apart from your classes or out of your classes? Means how university is performing in extracurricular activities. So you have to be active in classroom and outside the classrooms too, right? So if I talk about our university, we were the first university in the country and the second university in the world to send 24 students in Paris Olympic 2024. I hope you are quite known with these faces like Neeraj Chopra, Bajrang Punia. These all are the student of university, and 8 members from Indian hockey team at that time were from LPU, those who won bronze in the Olympics. And these are few of the members, other teams, those who have performed well on international platforms. And it's a very happening campus. You can see we are having 2 or 3 times Coke Studio in the campus. And what sort of exposure is that university is providing? We were having 106th Indian Science Congress, inauguration ceremony by the late Mr. Arun Jaitley, then President of Afghanistan and President of India. So these few of the known faces of the country. those who came to our campus to interact with the students, to give them the exposure. So different Bollywood stars, they came to our campus. Not that they promote their movies, but yes, student will get a chance to interact with them, to share the stages with them. So these kind of exposure that we are providing to the student of LPU. And yes, if you are coming from that far-fetched area, so the hostel facilities, the infrastructure of the university should be the best. So if I talk about our university, so few of the clicks that has all been clicked by the student of photography departments. You can have a look. This is a hostel view at the night time. In case of any emergency, yes, we are having a hospital, 50-bedded hospital inside the campus for the sake of emergency coverage. And for your fitness, we are having gym. For the labs, we are having Mac lab. Library, it's a 9-storied building library where you can find any book. And yes, to meet all your daily needs, we are having this shopping complex inside the campus. Auditorium for the students and sports. We have different courts for different games on the Olympic scale. We're having shooting range, we're having swimming, and yes, the residential facilities. It's a fully ragging-free campus. All the campus are being taken care by the security of the university. We are having more than 400 security personnel inside the campus, and each and every hostel is being guarded by the security guards, and yes, by the turnstile gates, where you have to punch your card. Then only you will get the access to enter that particular hostel where you are residing. And yes, if you want to take admission in LPU, what is the process? How you can take admission in LPU? Obviously, you should have some kind of eligibility, 60% in your 12th standard and plus LPU NEST. This is the exam of our university. You have to crack that exam. I'll discuss it later on, what are the benefits we are offering on the basis of that exam. Gateway to a world-class university, scholarship up to 11.20 lakhs. And that's why LPU NEST, we are offering scholarship, different scholarship. Apart from LPU NEST, what we are offering are a scholarship on the basis of work experience. National test based, like if you want to come to our campus to take admission in the law program, if you have performed well in CLAT, even then you will get scholarship on the basis of that. If you have performed well in academics in your 12th standard, you can get scholarship. If you perform well in LPU NEST in our exam, then you can also get scholarship. Innovation startup, entrepreneurship. If you perform well in sports and culture, if you have played any national or any state level exam, you can share a document with us and you can get scholarship up to 100%. R&D, social service, bravery awards, both toppers, NGO and other agencies. Apart from that, we are offering scholarship to the defense forces and their dependents. If you are a ward of a defense personnel, then also we are offering scholarship of 20% of the remaining fees. And if you're a ward of a teacher, either private or government, then also we are offering scholarship to the students. Offer EWS, single girl child, single mother child, specially able person. So we are offering this scholarship to almost all the students, those who fall in these categories. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So to take admission in BLLB program, particularly I'm talking about the law because this webinar is all about the law. So how you can take admission? Yes, you should have 60% aggregate marks in your 12th standard with English as a mandatory subject, subject to qualifying LPU NEST or CLAT or CUT. Either of the three, if you have passed any of the exam, then you are eligible to take admission in our campus. Supposedly you haven't taken that CLAT or CUT exam, then you are having option to take LPU NEST, where you can get scholarship. This is it. I'll discuss with you. So the basic fee to take admission in BLA program is 1,40,000 rupees. And depending upon your performance in academics, let's suppose we're having more than 89.9% in 12th, 20% scholarship would be given, and your fee would be 1,12,000. If you're having 90% or above, then 30%, 98,000 would be the fee. If you're having more than 95% to 98%, 97.99 precisely, then 40% scholarship, your fee would be 84,000, and 98 above, your fee would be 70,000. And in case you are having less than 80% or 90%, in that case, if you perform well in LPU NEST and you lie in category D, you will get that scholarship. If you lie in category C, then you will get the scholarship. If you lie in category B, then you will get 40% scholarship. And if you lie in category A, then you will get 50% scholarship. All right. So if you are a national rank holder in open merit, then you will be given 100% scholarship depending upon the performance in the national. Right. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. If you have any question to ask, you can ask.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sukhwinder Singh. Can we take the questions, Advocate Suraj and Mr. Sukhwinder?
Sure. We can.
Thanks for giving me chance to address your questions. Vishant is with us. Vishant is asking, hello, sir. I would like to ask a few questions. The first question is, how important are communication and drafting skills compared to legal knowledge?
Okay. So Vishant, I think drafting and legal knowledge, they are not contrary to each other. They are very much similar, because the thing you draft is completely on the legal basis. So we cannot differentiate between drafting skills and legal knowledge. But when it comes to communication, yeah, communication in the legal field is very much different, because see, you are dealing with multiple people. You are not only dealing with the judges, you are dealing with your colleagues who are advocates, you are dealing with your clients, you are dealing with judges and many other people, the stenographers, the bench clerks, the section officers, and a number of people. So yeah, you have to have the good communication skills. You have to be street smart, you know how to get your work done. And when you are arguing in front of judge, your communication needs to have the legal basis. So apart from dealing with the judge, whatever you are going to do, you have to do it without any hesitation and without any fear. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, second question is also from Vishant. He's asking, what practical skills are missing in most law schools that are essential in the courtroom?
See, because you guys have the criteria of 75%, which is the mandatory criteria for attendance by the Bar Council of India and UGC, University Grants Commission. So you can't be each and every time in court. You will do your only internships for a month or 2 months, or you will go for OJT for 3 to 4 months. And within this short span of time, you cannot gain each and every skill. But if you ask what is the essential skill which is missing in most law schools, is that focus on research. Because most research means it's not publishing research paper, it's not publishing articles everywhere. The research in law is very much different. It is the way you analyze each and every judgment of the Supreme Court. It is the way you use the judgment of the Supreme Court to your own particular case. How you will defend your client based on the analysis given by the judge in a particular judgment. So these things, how you relate the research work to your own case, or the practical thing which happens in the court, is what most law schools aren't teaching to the students. And even the advocates to whom the students go for internship, they won't take much concern to teach you a lot of these things. These things you will only learn when you just get out of the law school and you will once jump into the courtrooms. That's it.
So thank you so much, Advocate Suraj. I hope, Vishant, you got your answer from our expert. So the next question is, which skills should every law student develop before starting a career in litigation?
It's one of the good question, because there's a lots of confusion to many people who are about to become an advocate and jump into this litigation field. The first essential thing you need is confidence. Confidence that you are going to do well in this profession. Without this, you cannot do any other thing. If you don't have any skill, it's fine. Within 1 or 2 months, if you sit and study in your room, you will gain the necessary knowledge. If you don't know filing, if you just do 2 filings along with your senior, you will know how to do filing. If you don't know drafting, if you once go and approach to someone and ask them how to draft, you will learn. But the first thing you need is confidence that you can know each and everything. So the essential thing is confidence. And apart from that, you need research skills. As I have said earlier, your drafting should be meticulous, precise, and easily understandable to the judge sitting on the bench, because your draft speaks before you. Before you speak to the judge, your draft goes onto the table of judge and he reads that. So your drafting needs to be proper. And filing has become easier nowadays because the e-court website where you can file your own petitions, own cases, now it has been simplified. It's not a big deal. It's not a complex thing right now. Yeah, these are the most essential things. And communication, as I have established in the first question, communication is also very much essential. How you argue your points, how you convince the judge, how you convince the fellow advocates, and how well you are structuring your answer based on the legality. This is one of the essential things. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Advocate Suraj. I hope you got your answer from our expert. So, Kwinder sir, I dropped one question in poll. Do you want LPU office details in your city? The options were yes and no, and almost clicked option one, yes. Can you please discuss about this LPU office details in your city?
Kindly allow me to share my screen. I can let them know that how they can check.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
So we are having almost 90 plus offices, or you can say 100 offices. So you just need to visit our website, www.lpu.in, go to tab admission, and here you will find LPU office in your city. While clicking on this, you will find our permanent offices where we are having round the clock offices for 12 months, 10 to 6, right? Supposedly we are going to Himachal, and Himachal in Hamirpur we are having permanent office. These are the list of the, here in Jammu we are having a permanent office. If I talk about the other counseling office where we are having different cities covering by the different persons, let's suppose in Andhra Pradesh, Anantapur. So here you can check the team will be available on 10th of July to 12th of July at Hotel Saptagirival. So like this, we are covering Guntur, Kadapa, where you can meet Mr. Tishkil on June. So yeah, in different Kadapa, we can say today we are available at Kadapa, July 1st to July 3rd, Hotel Manasa. So here you can check our counseling offices and permanent counseling offices. And you can go and meet there a representative to get all the information that you require.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Sukhwinder. So don't worry, students, if anyone have any question regarding the admission, they just write on us at admissions at lpu.co.in, and you can do WhatsApp chat with us. Our WhatsApp number is 985256900. I'm repeating the number. It's 985256900. And once again, thanks to our both experts, Mr. Sukhwinder Singh and Advocate Suraj Reddy. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, under admissions, then LPU Edu-Webinars. You will find the past and the upcoming webinars. And you can be accessed this webinar, this video later on YouTube. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I will be signing off this webinar. Take care and good night. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Have a beautiful